Good morning. This is Monday 7:07. Thank you for tuning in. It's another beautiful week that we've got, and for some people it's not a very happy week. And today I want to dedicate this episode to my friends Lawrence and Lenny Agufa and their brothers and sister. They've lost their mother yesterday morning. Their mother went to be with the Lord, and we just want to say our hearts and our prayers go out to you. We're standing with you right now, and we wish you guys all of God's strength. All right? And this thing has just got me thinking, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you that family is so important. Guys, family is so important. I know society has become so messy these days. There's so many things. I don't want to get into that, but there's so many things right now that have diminished the value and the importance of family in society. But we have to be real and we have to say these things. Guys, family is important, and probably it is the most important part of society and of your life. Think about it. I've been studying the American history. When you look at it, there are 45 presidents right now. Trump is the 45th president. Out of 45 presidents, only one has ever been a bachelor. Only one has never had a family. This is a guy called James Buchanan. And guess what? Go and check your history. That guy served one term, and history has jotted him down as the least effective American president that ever lived. Think about it. Now, that is probably one of the oldest democracies that exists right now. Family is so integral to leadership. Most of the values that we learn are from family. And when I talk of family, get me right, I'm not just talking about being married. I'm talking about having a parent. I'm talking about having guardians, whether it is your grandparents, whether it is a step-parent, being connected to your family unit. It could be brothers, sisters, it could be children, it could be nephews, nieces. Being accountable and connected to a family unit is so important for you as an individual. And let me tell you, you will never be complete as a human being unless you connect properly with members of your family. Because family will teach you things that the world cannot teach you. A leader, a true leader, is somebody who has learned to be connected. Family will teach you sacrifice that the world does not teach you. Family will teach you to subordinate the personal gain for the collective good. Family will teach you to let go of some stuff that is not important. If somebody can put a 2-year-old child on their shoulders so that they can have a different perspective, that is a value that you're going to take into your business. If you can learn to take a 1-year-old child and help them to walk and watch them walk and stumble and you pick them up, if you can learn to discipline children, if you can learn to honor your parents by going to visit them, making sacrifices for them, these values, you take them into your leadership, you take them into your industry, you take them into every area of your life. And most importantly, family teaches you to make room for others, to make a space. Come on, today I want to talk to you about making a space. Family teaches you to make space for others. And there are so many people that have made space for us. You, people have made space for you. Making a space for somebody else is speaking softly so that other people can be heard. Making a space for somebody else is learning to let go of today so that you can have tomorrow and share it with more people. Making a space for somebody else is telling them how big they can be even when they are feeling so small. Making a space for somebody else is moving to a corner so that somebody else can have the limelight. Somebody else can have the spotlight on them. It's being patient with somebody that stammers. It's being patient with somebody that's taking a bit longer for them to grow and for them to change. It's allowing other people to make mistakes even when you know that you will both pay for those mistakes. Making room for others. And people have made room for you. People have made room for me. And the best thing that we can do when people make room for us is to honor that sacrifice. You may be asking, which space has been made for me? Has somebody retired so that you can have a job? That's making a space. There are people who are being laid off right now. There are companies that are having to lay off 40, 50, 60, 70% of their staff. So somebody is sitting and saying, I'm going to let this person go home so that you can stay at work. Some of you right now, you're staying at work. That is a sacrifice that has been made for you. How do you honor that? Do you sit and gossip and say, oh, why did they let this person go? Or it's good that person went, and you talk all that? No, man, you're supposed to be honoring that sacrifice. People make sacrifices for you. There are people who have been accepted into other homes. There are people, I know parents who have refused to go to school because they want their kids to go to school. They can't afford to both go to school. So they've sacrificed for their kids. I know people who have sacrificed their comfort for other people. A space has been made for you. What are you doing to honor that space? And when people pass on, when people move on, when people die, they are making space for you. They make room for you. When we lose loved ones, they make room that is so difficult and painful to feel, but it's for us to feel. When that sacrifice has been made, when somebody has made a space for you, you have to honor that sacrifice. You honor that sacrifice by living boldly. You honor that sacrifice by living by the ethos that that person lived by. You honor that sacrifice by finishing the projects that they began. You honor that sacrifice by following their advice. You honor that sacrifice by perfecting the areas where they had failures. We honor that space that they make for us by living loudly and boldly and unashamedly and going for our dreams and living our life in such a way that when they look back, they'll smile. When they look down from heaven, they'll smile down at us. When they look back, when they're in retirement, they'll say, I left the right person in that position. Honor the people that make a space for you. Don't get distracted by how you feel. Don't get distracted. We mourn for the people that pass on. We feel for the people that have made room inadvertently and unwillingly. But the best way that we can honor them is living loudly and living boldly in this week and in this year and in the opportunity that has been given to you. So are you doing that? Are you playing for the unit? Are you playing for the family unit? Are you playing for love? Are you playing your best game in the space that has been given to you? That's a question you need to answer. Thank you for tuning in to YNL. This is Victor Machoka. Keep growing and stay inspired. See you next week.